Hello, everybody, and welcome to another amazing episode of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. If you're just joining us for the very first time, I am your host and executive producer, Coach Kiva Murdoch, and I am so excited that first of all, you guys are joining us yet again for another Queen feature, and for my guest who is sitting in our backstage. We have another amazing queen. If you're just joining us over the course of my reign, I am Mrs. Plus America 2023. So, over the course of this past year, I have had the honor and the privilege of being able to feature so many different queens, not only from my current pageant system, but pageant systems across the globe. And tonight, for the past 6 weeks, actually, I've been featuring my pageant system, the one that I currently represent, Miss Plus America, because I am part of Miss Plus America pageant system. So tonight, as well as next week is the last feature that I'm doing exclusively for queens. So definitely tune in again next week as we have another amazing queen. But tonight, I'm super excited to have a beautiful queen in the house tonight. Her passion is all about women empowerment, but more specifically, women leadership. So we're going to dive into what she actually represents, what inspired her to actually just journey on this particular path, and how you guys can support her. So tonight I have in my studio Krizel Rodriguez. She is the current reigning Mrs. Texas Plus America 2024. So let's go ahead and bring her up on the stage so we can just get this party started. So hello, Queen. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am so excited to have you on Kiva's Place tonight. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. Tell our audience a little bit more about who Mrs. Krizel
Yeah.
Rodriguez is.
So my name's Krizel Rodriguez, and I think my parents knew I was going to be a little bit unique and different because my sister is Tanya and my brother is Ralph. And so where they came up with Krizel, I mean, who knows, but it's fitting. But my name's Krizel Rodriguez. I am Mrs. Texas Plus America 2024. I'm very proud to be representing my state. And in addition to being the Texas Queen, I am a mom. I am a learning and development specialist. I have a 9 to 5. I own 2 businesses, one called the Leading Lady Network, and another one that I co-founded with my sister called Hola Sis. And let's see what else. I'm a TEDx speaker. I am a coach. I've been a coach for 15 years. But of all of those titles, mom is my absolute favorite. I have a 3-year-old toddler who has completely changed my life. And if you see all the things that I've accomplished, it's all been in the last 3 years, and it's all been for her. So I'm very excited to be doing this in honor of my daughter.
I love it. And she is so
Thank
precious.
you, Kiva. That's right. She went and said hi to you. That's right.
She did. She did. She is adorable. And listen, I
Thank you.
understand wholeheartedly, why you were so inspired once she came into your life, because she is definitely worth fighting for, right? She is definitely worth striving to be more. And I'm just so blown away because mothers, we have this powerful innate capability within us to be so much more than what we currently are. But once you actually tap into it and understand what your why is, and for you it's that beautiful little girl, there is
Yes,
no
ma'am.
stopping us.
Absolutely. She is my inspiration. As a matter of fact, she was dying to come in here to say hi to you. I said, no, not tonight. We'll see her later.
We shall. So listen, at the top of the show, we mentioned that you were Mrs. Plus America 2024, and I am understanding that this is actually your first pageant. So what has that experience been like for you thus far?
It has been amazing. Also, I did not expect the amount of support that I have gotten from friends, from family, from strangers. I mean, it's been such a fun ride already. I can only imagine what it's going to be like after nationals. So I'm just really excited. I was telling someone earlier, I am feeling everything. I've cried, I've laughed, I'm excited, I'm scared. I'm feeling all of it. So it's been a really fun ride. I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
And all of those emotions are 100% normal. You're
Yeah,
going to go through it all.
good.
So you are right where you need to be. I'm so proud of not only yourself, but all of this delegation class. You ladies are hitting the ground running. Y'all are working, you're networking, you're building connections. I'm just here for it all. So I'm so proud of each and every one of you.
Thank you. Yeah, and there's so many amazing, and I can't wait to meet the rest of the queens. But the queens that I've met so far have just been so supportive and lovely and graceful. So it's really an honor to be a part of this organization and to be representing Texas. So very proud to be here.
Absolutely. What actually inspired you to want to journey down this particular field or career path as a pageant queen?
So Kiefer, I actually have known about the Mrs. Plus America pageant system since its infancy. I wanted to do it in my 20s when I found out about it, but I was always chicken and didn't do it. And so last year I turned 40, and I was like, "Hey, you know what? It's time. It's time to go out there, follow my dreams, do what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do it." And so here I am. But in addition to that, it was just I told myself that I wanted to accomplish my goals. I want to do it not only to be a role model to my daughter, but to myself and to others. And this just felt like the right thing to do. Um, I also wanted to get pretty dresses. It was a nice excuse to do that. Up until we had the crowning ceremony, I'd never had my makeup professionally done. So it was just, it's a wonderful opportunity. But in addition, I'm able to meet great people. I'm able to promote a really great platform, and I get to be a role model.
I love it. And one thing you said was once you hit 40, it was like there is nothing else that I'm going to allow to hold me
That's
back from
right.
anything
That's
that I
right.
want to do. And that's one thing that I love about women in their 40s. Like it's just something about turning 40 that just it's like a flip switch is on or
Exactly
something. You
right.
have no patience for foolishness.
It was a light
And
switch. I was like, but you know, all the
yes,
other stuff happened too. The eggs and the pains.
I know, right?
It's been great though.
40 is like I'm here and I'm not going anywhere.
That's right.
So let me ask you before we actually dive into your platform, what is one of the biggest misconception that you have encountered since becoming a pageant queen about pageantry?
You know, I think the way it's portrayed in movies and in media, it's really just shown people who are uneducated, and that is by far the truth. These women are educated, they are well established, they are poised and well spoken and graceful and beautiful. It's amazing the caliber of women who are competing in pageants, and the pageant world has changed so much in just the last couple of years that it's really exciting to be a part of it. I'm on when I say I'm grateful and honored, I truly mean it, because the women that are competing in this competition, they are high class, wonderful women. And so I think that's the biggest misconception that even I held at a younger age. But I see all the things that pageant queens are accomplishing, not only on stage, but off stage, how they're helping their community, how they're going out and inspiring. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
Yes, and you are absolutely correct. I think within the past 5 to 10 years, there's a huge shift in
Yes.
the pageant industry. And I appreciate that they're actually looking for real women, like real everyday women with careers, with curves, with, you know, just everyday women. And it's beautiful because I believe that representation matters. And you literally can look at the pageants world right now and see a representation of so many different women, different shades, different sizes, different walks of life, everything. And it's a beautiful thing to see. Even the mainstream pageants are now catering to the curvier
Right.
women and women with families and, children and all of that. And so it's becoming more inclusive, and it's a beautiful transition to be able to witness.
It's absolutely, I mean, if I think about watching pageants as a little kid, I don't remember ever seeing someone who looked like me in pageantry. And so it's that's the whole reason I'm doing what I'm doing. I do it during the pageant. It's part of my platform. It's my everyday job is to show how you can be a pageant queen. You can be a leader, and you can be a different shade. You can be a different size. You can be a different shape. No matter what, you can hold that title. And that's exactly why I'm doing exactly what I'm doing.
I love it. I love it. It is literally open for anybody now.
That's right.
So tell us about your platform. I love it because it's, from what I've read and understood, it's extremely powerful. So I want you to just kind of tell our audience a little bit more about your particular platform that you are representing this year.
Sure. So my platform is Reign and Shine. So, like a queen's reign, reign and shine, guiding women to lead. And it's all about empowering women to find the confidence to go out and pursue leadership roles, whether it's in their career, in their home life, in their business, and to take away those um, restrictions that we put on ourselves and what a leader is supposed to look like. Again, this is for any woman, any shade, any size, and it's to promote leadership. So I'm doing leadership classes, I'm doing leadership coaching, and I'm not only just focusing on the person, I'm also going out to companies and doing trainings on being inclusive and how to find women of color, of size, and helping them succeed in leadership roles.
I love it. Why do you think, Krizel, there is such a gap when it comes to women advancing into leadership roles?
I honestly think it comes two ways. I think it's women, we tend to be our harshest critic, and we sometimes limit ourselves because we don't believe that we are good enough or we're able enough. And uh, that's something that I want to help women with is to, even if you don't feel like you qualify, go out there and try. The worst thing that can happen is nothing happens, right? But at least you're putting yourself out there. The more you do it, the more opportunities come to you. And then the other part of it is also just society in itself. We may have these biases that we don't even recognize, and I'm also working on that angle. So I'm hitting it on two sides, on the individual and with the corporations, so that we can give women more opportunities.
I love that. I love that. Let me ask you this. So, what are some practical things for, and we are speaking to that woman that um I don't know if you have encountered, but there are certain women that I have encountered, and you can just see that they have so much more potential within them, right? But for whatever reason, they're either being held back or they lack that confidence in order to step into certain roles. So we are talking to that woman. What are some practical things that a woman in that situation can do to help kind of shift the trajectory of her leadership abilities, or being being able to gain access to more leadership roles?
Sure. I think it all starts with having a real honest conversation with yourself. It's one of the reasons I went into coaching so much, is because I loved that um, you really get down to how to organize goals, how to really surpass those barriers. And a lot of times the barriers are things that we put on ourselves. So it's really just having an honest conversation with yourself of what you want, what do you want to accomplish, how are you going to get there, and what are you going to do if something gets in the way. And making a plan A, plan B, plan C, so that you can accomplish those goals. It really takes a lot of effort of you going into your mind and telling yourself, hey, I can do this. I want to do this. And here's how I'm going to do it. And never give up. I think part of it is just being resilient. That is my word. Something that I live by every single day, no matter what comes my way. I want to be resilient and I want to be able to accomplish it. And so have it in your mind every single day. Wake up and say, either I can be better or I can be bitter today. And which one am I going to choose today? And if you make that choice the moment you wake up, it's going to make a huge difference on how you live that day.
Absolutely. I love that. I'm going to be better or I'm going to be bitter today. And you hit the nail right on the head, Krizel, because I believe a couple of things. Number one, manifestation. Manifestation is huge. You know, the Bible tells us to write the vision and make it plain. So it's really important for us, especially as women and women of color, to make sure that we are um, setting those smart goals and we're making it realistic and we're putting it in a way to where it is attainable. And I feel like we don't give ourselves enough credit when we start that process. And even if what we're thinking, how the process should look, if it doesn't look that way, still stay consistent and stay persistent, because you are absolutely right. Resiliency is key for to building success. So it's really important to know where you are actually going. So you have to start with making those goals, write those visions, make it plain,
Right.
stay on them. You may have to tweak them, and that's fine. And if you fail, that's okay. Learn from whatever those failures are and correct those, reevaluate and start again. Do you think that some women get discouraged once they initiate a certain task or whatever and it's not quote unquote successful or as successful that they feel like it should be?
Absolutely. I mean, it's easy when something doesn't go your way to say, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. As a matter of fact, it was something I did my entire life. I would, when I anything that would get difficult, I was always a go-getter. But if something became hard or difficult, or someone told me that I wasn't good enough to do it, then I would believe it and not pursue it. Which is why it's taken me so long to accomplish all the things that I wanted to do. But until it was one day that I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. No matter what anyone says to me, I want to do it. And so even if you feel discouraged, continue on. I don't believe in failure anymore. I believe in learning opportunities. And so no matter what happens, even if it doesn't go the way I planned or it didn't go the way that I intended it to go, it's a way for me to be better and try again. And so no matter what, don't look at anything as a failure. Continue on, learn from it, set your goals again, and continue on. Be persistent,
Exactly.
like you said, Keever.
Exactly. And that circle that you have around you is so important. They can build you up or they can tear you down. So it's really important to, like you just said, is making sure that you have the right people in your inner circle. We as women, we try to allow any and everybody to have access to us, and it's okay to shut some of that access off. Not just anybody should be able to get to us, and not only get to us, be able to speak into us. So it is okay
Absolutely.
to set those boundaries, and whoever is not supporting your vision, even if they don't understand it, because I find that folks that don't understand your vision, or if they can't see what you see in it, they don't understand it. So instead of supporting you, they are finding ways on why you shouldn't be doing what is already clear to you, what you should be doing. So don't
Right.
allow anybody to cheat you out of your blessings and the blessings that you can possibly be to somebody else.
Absolutely. I think the people that you surround yourself with is super important. I have made a decision that you're either with me or you're against me. And so I want to surround myself with the people who are with me. And sometimes it's okay for people to not agree with what I believe in. I think if we have that general understanding that you may not understand what I'm going through, so long as you understand that I am going through it, this world would be a better place, honestly. But it's really important to build a community. It's one of the reasons I wanted to be a part of MPA is for that community, because I have found nothing but uplifting, supportive women in this organization. And so choose wisely the things that you associate with, because they can really make or break you.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us for the first time, I am Coach Kiva Murdaugh. I am the host and executive producer of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdaugh Show and Podcast. And tonight I have with me Mrs. Texas Plus America, the beautiful, the incomparable Miss Krizel Rodriguez. And we are talking about all things pageantry and women empowerment as well as leadership. So we're going to take a very brief commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to dive into a little bit more about Miss Krizel, but more importantly, we want you to know how you can support her in her upcoming journey to nationals, which is about 2 weeks away. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We will be right back on Keeper's Place.
For the past year, I've had the honor of representing our community as your Mrs. Plus America. Together, we've inspired change, supported local charities, and brought hope to many. As my reign comes to an end, I'm seeking your support to continue this journey of making a difference. Your sponsorship will help me transition from my pageant role to new opportunities for community service. Join us in celebrating a year of accomplishments and in supporting the next chapter of community impact. With your help, we can make a lasting difference. Thank you for your support. Support the legacy, sponsor the future.
Would you recognize the signs of someone having a seizure? Would you know what to do if you witness someone having a seizure? Did you know that epilepsy affects 3 million Americans and 1 in 26 people living with epilepsy? Did you know epilepsy is a brain disorder that causes recurring, unprovoked seizures? Well, Hearty Hands Foundation is here to answer these questions and more. Hearty Hands Foundation is a 501c3 organization based out of South Carolina that was founded by Kim Hardy in November of 2017. We offer seizure first aid education, patient and caregiver support, therapeutic support, animal education, and so much more. For more details or how to book us for speaking engagements about epilepsy, visit our website at www.heartyhands.com.
And welcome back to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdaugh Show and Podcast. I am your host and producer, Coach Kiva Murdaugh. And I have in my studio Miss Krizel Rodriguez, the beautiful Mrs. Texas Plus America 2024. And before we actually dive back into our show, I just wanted to acknowledge our queens who are watching and supporting us tonight. So thank you, ladies. We love you, ladies, to life. MPA is where it is, honey. I love my sisters. Thank you all so much. So Krizel, we have talked about your platform and how to empower and uplift women to more leadership roles. If anybody wanted to support you or to even contact you to learn more about how they can change the narrative in their current career situations, what's the best way they can reach out to you?
Sure. So please visit my website, www.krizelrodriguez.com. It's Krizel Rodriguez.com. I'm very active in LinkedIn as well. It's under Krizel Rodriguez. And you can also follow me on Facebook under Mrs. Texas Plus America 2024. And also, I mean, I am available. So Krizel at leadingladynetwork.com. Please contact me there as well. So many ways to contact me. Love to come and speak to your organization or even have the one-on-one conversation. I'm very into coaching. It's something that I have studied for a very long time, longer than I'd like to admit. But I do believe in the power of coaching. So if you want to have a conversation, speaking engagement, doing some sponsorships as well, all of that is on my website.
And coaching is powerful. I'm telling you, coaching can literally change your entire perspective. It can change your life.
Absolutely.
So
it changed mine.
Yes, yes. So do not downplay coaching. Coaching is very essential, especially when you're just stuck and you just cannot figure out how to move from point A to point B. Get you a coach.
That's right. Get you a coach.
Get a coach. I'm telling you. Awesome. So we have nationals coming up in 2 weeks. How excited are you?
I'm feeling everything, Kiva. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I am anxious, and I'm just really happy and grateful too. And it's just a great opportunity to again be a part of the community, showcasing my platform, being a role model, especially to my daughter and other ladies who look like me. I'm just really excited. I can't wait, honestly. I'm ready for it to be here, but at the same time, I still have a lot of things to do.
Yes. You will be working up until when you leave and sometimes afterwards. I can remember ordering certain things from Amazon while I'm in the hotel. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I need such and such. And I was able to have things delivered right there to the hotel. So
good advice. Okay.
Yes,
Noted.
yes. You can definitely make it happen. Anybody that is wanting to sponsor you or to help support you getting to nationals, how can they do that?
Sure. So I have, I'm actually doing a sponsor my sash that I just announced yesterday. And you can do that by going to my Cash app, which is Krizel Rodriguez, through Venmo as well, Krizel Rodriguez. And you can just go to the website. I have wonderful sponsorship packages available on my website that includes me going out and doing some training for your company. So if you would like to do some leadership training, please let me know. We can do it virtually or in person around Texas.
I love it. So thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here. This has been such a pleasure and an honor to have you. And like any of the guests who grace the stage of Kiva's Place, once you're here, you're family. So anytime you have anything coming up, please let us be a resource for you. We would love to be able to feature whatever endeavors you have coming up. So you're family now, so don't be a stranger.
Thank you, Kiva. And I just want to just say how grateful I am to you. You are a complete role model of what a wonderful leader is. And so I'm so grateful to you for allowing me to be here today and to talk about my platform. And I truly look up to you. So thank you, Kiva.
Thank you so much. Don't you get me to crying on here, girl. Go cry, baby. But thank you so much. That really, really means a lot to me. Thank you, Queen. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our show. I'm going to go ahead and close out because we are at our time limit, but I know you have thoroughly enjoyed Krizel. So thank you all for just watching. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for just loving on Kiva's Place. I am so grateful for your support. Really, truly am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come right back next Thursday night. We will have one more queen that we're featuring from the Miss Plus America pageant system, another sister queen of ours. Definitely come back. We are going to be talking to the beautiful Rebecca Phillips. So you don't want to miss the show. Come right back next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will do it all over again. So until next week, continue to share, connect, and glow, because as we know, building your network also builds your net worth. So until next week, peace and blessings, family. Love you all much. Good night.
Good night.